I'm bored. I'm seeking the death penalty for everyone that steals from me, stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of my receiving money. Have caused my loneliness, my poverty, my anxiety, my depression. Have caused Dana and only to be separated from me. Have caused me to not have electricity in my apartment. Have caused me to not have any food. It's August 22nd, 2025. I miss Jada and I miss Kaylani. You can give me money in person through PayPal. It's AR Blue Sky. Blue Sky Designs Go. Lo que estoy pensando. Straight to my heart. Arlene Lorenzo Art Shop. INTAYIAFAY. Entire shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/app/Arlene Lorenzo. Who's gifting me money today? Who's gifting me money today? I'm asking for $1 billion through GoFundMe.com. Oh, it's the most that I can ask for through GoFundMe.com in one single campaign. No one has made a donation so far. I'm very hopeful. I sent it to people through email today and through Instagram. I've had a pleasant day so far right now. I've just been in my room in silence here at Villas Equays. I spent most of the day at the lounge at Villas Equays. I ate oatmeal that I bought for myself the other day from HEV, one of those containers that can be microwavable. The microwave was clean when I made my mac and cheese, so much appreciated. I submitted a request to have the microwave clean in the lounge area. Was it today or yesterday? I can't remember. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I browsed for a ton of materials that I want to make hair clips and bows with. I found some excellent fabric. So pretty. Some really nice tutorials on YouTube. I found one on TikTok, however, I couldn't watch it from the computer. What else? 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 I also visited the Lincoln Community Center. There was boxing going on there and people at the gym. I played hoops for a little bit. What is that called? Like the little basketball indoors machine with sound. That was really fun to do. I've been doing that every day that I visit this week so far. I may visit tomorrow. There's free Wi-Fi there. I love that. And electricity. So I can plug in my phone for most of the day while I'm there. I don't know how many hours I'll get there to charge my phone and continue waiting for people to give me money. You can decapitate. I'm possibly not gonna waste my time tagging the FBI in this post because with one time that I asked them, they should consider my request to have the people that steal from me get annoyed and receive money decapitated immediately. So, anyways, better on to say this. You can decapitate those that get in the way of receiving money trying to force me to work so I can't be doing what I love, which is making hair clips. Those people that I grew up around are disgusting. They even steal my waffle mix, just pretending that they're raping me by eating my waffle mix. They're delusional. They're so gross. They're embarrassing. A lot of them are my parents' relatives, their neighbors, their colleagues. Ew, 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 ew. They're so disgusting. A lot of them showed up to facebook.com/airbluesky in 2020 very disgustingly to ask me to not ask people to give me money. They don't have a right to say anything in my life, so here I am still asking people to give me money. Most people like me die of starvation all the time. I've heard decades ago. Because people expect for the people stealing from one to stop stealing immediately. To have never stolen from one, but to just stop stealing from one immediately. What else? 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 That's why no one rushes to give money to one people. Like the kids are strong, they will be fine. Even if the mother dies, they're strong. The dad has money. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And they watch, they observe, they possibly read me on facebook.com/airbluesky my struggles, and they're like, well, the family still hasn't given her money back. They still haven't stopped stealing from her, staying in her house. Apparently, it's still here. Welcome, trying to rape her. Is what some people could be saying about those people who steal from me. Ew, 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 ew. They're so embarrassing. They're so gross. Ew, ew. I want breakfast from First Watch tomorrow. Who's gifting me money today? One person's watching and zero like this post. You can give me money in person through PayPal. It's Blue Sky Design Store, Lucas Stevenson. Go straight to my heart, Arlene Lorenzo art. Shop INTAYIAFAY entire shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/f/Arlene Lorenzo. Oh, they'll kill themselves, no? Over the PTSD, hopefully, of having raped me with people that they continued having sex with just to belittle me and saying he raped you, she raped you, but he's my husband. You know, the fake having relationships with Liam Baker and David Ledesma just to see people's news. Wait until people say, wait until they wake up and realize how disgusting they're giving their vagina or their penis to just about anyone just to rape, to murder, or steal. That could make them kill themselves, hopefully. Ew, ew, ew. They fake being in so many relationships, hoping that when said people would rape me or they would show me videos of where they drugged me and raped me. When said people would be around me, that I would kill myself. So they just to see my reaction together, they've possibly all been fucking each other for decades. And I don't talk to anyone like that. I live in the present and I'm very professional. I mean that when I say that. I'm strictly professional. So I don't go into the immediates. I don't go into finding out chisme. I don't bring up the past. If I sense that someone that has raped me, I just don't bring up the past. That person may have rehabilitated themselves. That person may have been forced to rape me by those leeches that are up around that are mostly relatives of my parents. They're so disgusting. They still kill to be like the CEO of McDonald's, no? They think it's power to have people flipping burgers in the heat, in the kitchen, all day long. So they're killing each other. Those people that I grew up around, mostly my parents' relatives, their neighbors, colleagues, they're killing each other to be like, oh, so they want to be like the first McDonald's all over too. Ew. and be like having people just flipping burgers, and if they want to get out of poverty, then they have to let themselves get raped or out of slavery. What they plan is slavery. They want to bring slavery back. Se nota porque they cause my starvation. They're so embarrassing. In 2025, gente, se están comiendo mi waffle mix. Yo quiero que Rosa Vargas se mate hoy con rat poisoning. Yo quiero que Wilnelia Vargas se mate hoy con rat poisoning. Yo quiero que Ginny Yandaliri Lorenzo Suárez se coma una caja de rat poisoning por cada vez que se quedó en mi casa sin mi permiso. Yo quiero que Ginny Yandaliri Lorenzo Suárez se coma 1 libra de rat poisoning por cada vez que violó a uno de mis crushes. Por cada $1 que Ginny Yandaliris me ha robado, yo quiero que Ginny Yandaliris Lorenzo Suárez se coma una bolsa de rat poisoning. Va a explotar, nena. ¡Va a explotar! ¡Qué emocionante! Y yo no voy a estar ahí para verlo, y yo no voy a estar ahí para enterarme de cuando se muera. Aunque muera de causas naturales antes que yo no voy a funerales. Y ella se planificó que se va a poner el día de su propio funeral cuando yo vaya a verla. Y yo no voy a funerales. Da un asco esa tipa. Es una vergüenza para los Lorenzo. Es una basura, una asquerosidad. Qué asco. I want Albert Suarez to shoot himself today and kill himself today. Andrew Suarez should eat rat poisoning and kill himself today. Otro outfit que Ginny Yandaliri Suarez planificó, ¿no? ¿Qué se va a poner para el funeral de Andrew en comparación para cuando la gente la vea allí al lado mío? ¿Se parará al lado mío o no en el funeral de Andrew? Es lo que ella piensa, ¿no? Y si me paro muy cerca de Arlene, entonces pensarán que soy más linda que Arlene. En el funeral de Andrew, yo voy a ser la verdadera esposa, aunque yo soy prostituta ilegal. Y alguien está llorando que nunca pudo moverle el pene. Y la gente va a venir a mí a darme más sentido mensaje cuando yo soy la prostituta ilegal y la esposa. Y ese tipo es un cuero, ese tipo es una basura, una asquerosidad. Dan un asco, gente. Dan un asco. They're embarrassing. They're so gross. I want Andrew Suarez to kill himself today. Andrew Suarez can eat 1 pound of rat poisoning for every time that he's raped me. And he's drugged me sometimes. So I wouldn't know how many times he's raped me. John then poisoning today for as many times as he raped me. Da na 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 na. I miss you, I miss you. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I have a challenge for Alex Suarez. Alex Suarez should fill a adult onesie with rat poisoning and eat it all at once without stopping and killing himself. Cynthia Lorenzo should do the same. Cynthia Lorenzo should wear an adult onesie, fill it with rat poisoning, and eat it until she dies. Maritza Lorenzo can hang herself with a rope and kill herself today. Dan un asco, son una mierda de gente, una basura, una asquerosidad, una gente tan puerca tratando de violarme, como si fuera pay-per-view este 19 de junio de 1980. La veremos en todo su apogeo, desnuda. Ya eso pasó. Ya, eso pasó decades ago when I attended those orgies where sadly nowadays people get raped. Ya eso pasó, ya el pay-per-view de todo mi apogeo desnuda in front of everyone in my family of origin was possibly around the day of my birth. En disliches y varias asquerosidades que parece que nunca han visto televisión, parece que nunca han visto un pene, una vagina, unas tetas, o han escuchado la palabra tetas, dan un asco. Go on vendiendo like que próximamente róbate el carro de Arlene para que Arlene llegue al pene de Albert y tú lo veas, eso, ese show. Si te robas la casa de Arlene, entonces más pronto puedes ver a Arlene encima del pene de Andrew. Dan un asco. Es la próxima carterera, es la única carterera Arlene, el pene de Albert. Y qué traidora es que se puede tener bebé con Iker si darnos la carterera de esta Albert. Albert, ¿cómo te sientes? Vamos a entrevistarlo. Albert tiene un esposo, no es el hijo de Celestino. That he's serious about, and everyone else he just rapes porque él se da a violar porque es un cuero. And they're like, Albert, vamos a entrevistarte. ¿Cómo fue eso no tener la vagina de Arlene? Mientras Edgar te la quitó y Arlene se fue a parir con Edgar. Porque si ese tipo fuera hombre y hubiese querido una relación conmigo, he could have achieved it. Wherever he wants to put his penis, safely he goes, I've heard. Oof, the women that those men have in Miami, wow. What else? Yo quiero que Albert Suárez se mate hoy con una pistola. Ta, na, 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 na. Andrew Suárez should eat rat poison and kill himself today. Yay! I'm bored. Esos nenes dijeron decades ago that they were looking for further away from me in the family tree as far as they could. So that's why they steal my homes, my vehicles, they cause my starvation, but yo no llegue al lado de ellos una barra for them to not be tempted. They're stupid, por eso se la maman a Gigi Gendalir y Lorenzo Suárez, porque it's not the second cousin, it's like far away. And they're like, oh my gosh, está por Arlene. Oh my gosh, está por Arlene. Y ella, dan un asco. Son cuero, mía la basura. Se cree que uno le tiene envidia. No existen para mí. Yo me recuerdo el nombre de esa nena porque I added her on Facebook to remember her name so I could fill out an FBI tip form and say, why haven't you killed her just yet? She steals my homes, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money, and hopefully I'm not inconveniencing her by living with him full time. When I'm polyamorous, and he knows it. Yo quiero que Gigi Gendalir y Lorenzo Suárez se ahorque con unas panties y se mate. Hoy. Andrew Suárez se puede matar con una pistola hoy. Otilio Lorenzo se puede matar con una pistola hoy. Albert Suárez se puede comer rat poison y matarse hoy. I want to eat at First Watch tomorrow. I want a waffle. What else? With a banana, with coffee made creamer, with coffee, with water, and then I want to go back there after shopping at Target. Oh, that would be such a sweet thing. Shopping at Target, and there's a Dollar Tree coming soon there, and then go back to eat the Spuds dish or some club sandwich. What do they serve with that? Is it fries? It's not fries. What do they serve with the club sandwiches. Is that even from there? I can't remember. Where did I eat like a really club sandwich? Really good. Oh, it's the BLT. Is that where I get a BLT for lunch? No way. I haven't had that in so long. Was it at First Watch in Henderson? They have a BLT. Why was I there so late? If I didn't get breakfast there. Oh, I possibly cooked waffles or pancakes for myself at home, and then I got the BLT. What else? And they had garlic fries when I was pregnant with Kaylani. I remember getting those on my after my OBGYN appointments at Roseville. California. There's YSL there now. I'm bored. I am bored. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I am bored. I miss it. I miss you. I'm seeking the death penalty for everyone that stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles, gets in the way of me receiving money. Yay! I haven't felt this good in a long time. Like la risa que tengo interna towards the people stealing from me. Like I keep it to myself for the most part. Then I post it online because it's good for self-care. It's good for give me money already. Okay, I'll be fine if thousands of people die. For stealing from me, for getting in the way of me receiving money, for staying in my homes without my permission, for causing Jada and Kehlani to be separated from me. Da, na, 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 na. For causing me loss of salaries, or Blue Sky Design School, Arlene Lorenzo Art. What else? I'm bored. I am bored. Anyway, so let's see. It's Piper Alley, my new favorite though. Is that one, but there's another one that has sequin bows. And I have not learned the name. I saw it earlier. It's not related to the Piper Alley. To Piper Alley. It's totally different. There's also J&K Twin or something like that that sells supplies. What else? 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 I'm bored. I am bored. What else? Anyways, the BLTE sounds good. What do they serve it with? I didn't check. It could be chips, but so. What else? What else? What else? Oh, money for food. I hate it. I don't have money for food. And I want to shop with Jada with Kehlani tomorrow. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm on my period. I'm so grateful for myself for staying on track of my, what is it? My own vagina blood. My own supply of pads for my period. Porque those people that are your bro, gente, ¿quieres saber el tópico del día de hoy? And why I don't talk to them? Pensábamos que como caemos en live
pensaba que ella es irresponsable, entonces que no iba a tener toalla sanitaria, y ahora estoy en cona, porque el primer periodo, luego de cerrar la biblioteca Harvard Library. Ella dice que tiene que toalla sanitaria calor para el entire period menstrual, y yo aquí deja que se quede su primer periodo sin un trapo para ponerse el pantalón ese o una toalla sanitaria porque el Carver Library cerraron y dan toallas sanitarias gratis. Nosotros pensábamos que ya se iba a mudar para el East Side, East Side. Y nunca más comprar toallas sanitarias porque en el Carver Library la andan gratis. En el Carver Library la dan de gratis, nena. Si yo hubiese cogido una toalla sanitaria por lo menos una al día, en un mes tenía por lo menos 30. Y a eso Andrew le mama las tetas porque se sabe contar por lo menos hasta 30. Y le da, a los 2 o 3 días, le da mi dinero y le dice, mira, el dinero que le robó a Arlene para que te compres toalla sanitaria. Tú, por esa mamadita de pene que me diste el otro día, te mereces el dinero de Arlene, que se joda Arlene, que se muera Arlene. Así ellos hablan. Todavía, décadas later, ese tipo es un puerco. Esa gente que se lo mama son una basura, una asquerosidad. Una gente tan puerca. Ellos tienen estándares de vida, dan un asco. I'm seeking the death penalty for hundreds of people in Aguada, Puerto Rico that I don't even know, that I haven't ever crossed paths with, that I don't know their names. They keep breeding that type of shit, no? I'm so glad that I said it in English, otherwise I would stand there like my mother and my dad. What else? Yo quiero que Claudia Gabriela Martínez Uria se vaya de la casa donde está Koenker, Jade y Keilani y se mate hoy. Cobra poisoning. Dan, dan, da, 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 Hurry the fuck up. Winter is coming. There's people that depend on your death to give me money. Apparently. What else did I read earlier? Oh, Donald Trump. I saw the White House Facebook account shopping. Is that at the gift shop at the White House? How cute. What else? What else is there ribbon there? Anyways, I'm quoting Trump when he posted, or the White House, that the United States is the place right now for the hottest people. Oh, I don't see it. But how many of you are so happy? You're like, that guy from Colombia moved here. That guy from Dubai moved here. That girl from Italy moved here. Porque having like a lot of billionaires moved into the United States while been ranting on the internet in the past 5 years that I don't have money. What else? I've heard or read. What else? What else? What does Donald Trump eat besides pizza? That's hilarious. I've possibly seen pictures of him eating dinner. Oh, and famine is officially a thing in Gaza, sadly. Da, na, 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 na. Esto sigue, gente, esto sigue. I shouldn't have to fight to live like this. Y Andrew Suárez está por ahí todavía dando premio a la mejor casa que él ha visto. Well, causing my starvation, thinking that I'm gonna showcase all his travels in the past 30 years with money that he steals from me and being like, pues esta era la más linda. Y esta, pues no me gustó tanto como la gustó a él, pero creo que esta sí. He's trying to take me hostage. Ew, ew. So I show his penis on Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg didn't want my titties there decades ago. I heard some people said it's to protect people from sex slavery and sexual harassment. And other people were like, yeah, and then there's you. Okay, he doesn't want to see your tetas there. Look, I think there's some accounts where people they get away with showing it all. Pero he may already be fucking them. Or it's just like natural habitat, like why is up. That was decades ago. What else? 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 What first watch tomorrow? What's it gonna take for y'all to give me money ASAP? I wanna make the bowl a clippy. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I want to buy fabric. I want to buy ribbon. I want to buy some tutorials. What else? 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 Man, I think I had one from Ginger and Melon, but I no longer have because I don't have access to the email address. I'll just download it. It wasn't the fox. I think it was something else. I think it was a free one, and then I'm like, I'm gonna complete this and then get that fox or the owl. I couldn't decide. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I want Liam Baker to kill himself today. I want David Ledesma to kill himself today. Chop chop, hurry the fuck up. Leave my money if you still have it. A place for the police and family. When I know this says this money belongs to Arlene Lorenzo. 619 1985 824. That's it. And the keys to my vehicles if he has them. He can leave. What else? The asco. He steals my money while I'm starving. Y se come mofongo rejecting plantains because that's not Mexican. And he's also Mexican. Really? Why doesn't he just put a taco costume on his face for the rest of his life? Dan un asco, so people, they have no culture. They're disgusting. Una mierda de gente, una basura, maldita sea his parents when they took him to a party decades ago. qué basura de gente llevar esa normal that I just said hi to thinking that he was normal. And I'm very friendly. Dan un asco, que gente tan irresponsable, eso no tenía que estar en un manicomio ya, comiéndose la caca y muriéndose porque eso es lo que él quiere hacer. Dan un asco. Ew, 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 ew. David Carras. Andrew se cree que con un apellido he's gonna wipe me out of the face of the planet. Es un asco. I don't even know his mother's last name. I purposely do that to not remember him ever. And to not bring them up porque he's possibly with the way that he is so gross. So where's he gets his mother is a slugging, orgies, blah blah blah. Even rape victims go away to live away from their parents if they feel raped by the parents without causing so much outrage. They're just disgusting. So I don't go on to ever remember his mother's last name because he just may just be wanting to badmouth them. I don't know them for me to ever say anything bad about them. What else? 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 In the meantime, the legal hooker that he hires, pretending to be me, and he pays with the money that he steals from me, is like counting, looking at the pictures, no, today, of how many times he introduced him to his mother, and the pictures that they had together. Those people that I grew up around are fake cacas, is what people call them. Decades ago, fake cacas, so gross. Ew, they're worse than chimps. Jennifer Marie Vasquez should eat a pound of rat poisoning for every day that she stole my vehicle. I'm having so much fun with this, gente. I didn't think this would be so much fun. I didn't think it would be necessary. What else? I have a job interview at Hertz next week. Oh, the other place that I applied to. What was it? It was the Homewood Suite. Was that the name of it? Downtown. I love that location. It's so pretty. What else? What else? Oh, the bank, Amity Bank. My resume, my application got forwarded to the hiring manager there. What else? I don't have money for food. I don't have money for bus fares. I don't have money for outfits. Ew. Well, Jimmy Gentaliris está robándome mi casa, mi dinero y dice, ¡Ella tiene que ser secretaria! I've already accomplished the Clippy, 2 kids, gente. It's so easy. Thank you, I'm just got it effort. Your willingness to put your dick in me and get me pregnant. That's important to know. Y esa tipa, over one little conversation, ya se cree que somos sister wives. I'm not even interested in him because he's into illegal prostitutes like her. He's disgusting. Ew, ew, ew. Y ella todavía está por ahí diciendo, she must become a secretary so then he can compare his belt. Who is better? Who? La tipa es una vergüenza, un asco. Ella no tiene meta propia. Nunca, nunca ha tenido una meta propia. Yo quiero decisionar sobre esos padres de mate hoy. Esa tipa nunca ha tenido una meta propia. Ew. Qué asco esa gente. maldita orgía, donde las putipuercas se bañan con los putipuercos, y mi madre no me advirtió que maybe I should have sat out by being surrounded by so much putipuerco. If el putipuerco me dijo, you don't want to be on me, I hate you. Andrew, decades ago, I was like 2 years old. He was like, get this thing out of me, I hate her. She's like so in love with me. Get her out of here. She's in love with me and I hate her. What else? That was decades ago. Someone should have warned me that the people in those orgies are putipuercas and putipuercos for the most part. That way I would have sat out and not jump on subjects. Dame un asco. Albert Suarez y que celebrated the world leader, gente. Me coronaron cuando al nacer, por simplemente the pay-per-view, porn star, everything, on June 19, 1980, for real. For real. Porque my parents are determined to breed quality. I mean, one of my parents is alive still. Even though my siblings are alive, my parents are determined at breeding quality. So I possibly won pay-per-view naked model at birth 1980. What else? But no one told me that those leeches that attend orgies are putipuerco and putipuerca. What else? They possibly would have obsessed with me as a distant relative from far away, stalking me. I don't know. I don't know. So gross. Even more disturbing, my parents arranged a marriage for me with said disturbedness, just so the FBI knows that we know each other. For if he tries to kill me, for if she tries to kill me. I want fried chicken today, not only. Where would I get fried chicken from? Cane's is so good. That kid's so good. Guilty pleasure, my Lexus, the wild. What else? I'm bored. Oh, the last time I was near that parking lot in a vehicle, I was doing Uber Eats. I used to park at Target at the Rim. Oh, don't I own or didn't I invest a percentage in that property, the Rim in La Cantera? So that's why I visit, and it's like I make it home, and I feel safe to do that too. But I also visit the Hyatt that was founded before my birth. Pero in my worst days while doing Uber Eats, I used to park sometimes at La Cantera at Target there, waiting to receive notification that a meal needed to be picked up for it to be delivered. I delivered cupcakes for a place I want to visit at the Rim. It's near Witch Witch. Did I eat at Witch Witch that day? Possibly. What else? I'm bored. I am bored. Is what I said back then. And I only had food stamps. I didn't have cash. And I had a vehicle. And I was around, well, ready to toss it because it was a Toyota Corolla. I didn't want it to last forever.
So I put like 100,000 miles on it, like in what, almost a year, just to make sure that it doesn't last forever. Most likely, for real. Like, I'm gonna make this stuff dispose. I don't want to keep this for the rest of my life. I'd rather be happy and then drive this for the rest of my life. What else do I make sure de que ya lo último, for real, tenía tanto millaje que ya yo no quiero. And it got repoed. I'm like, yes. So what else is problem now? I don't even have to sell it. Not how I wanted it to go away. Pero considering my circumstances, what else? I want to shop in San Marcos all the time. There's YSL there as far as the last time I visited in 2021. There's what else? 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 There's Crocs. There's Vans. There's H&M. There's Express. I mean, like the Express there a lot. It's usually different stuff from the store at the mall. What else is there? Was I visited once. Ooh. What else? 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 Oh, the HEB Plus in New Braunfels is so fun. And the one in shirts. What else? There's Tesla charging stations at the one here, right next to the HEB in shirts. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. I am bored. What else? 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 I want to eat at First Watch tomorrow. Is gifting me money. If I said that loud, what are those people gonna say? Girl, get a job. People should be able to work. Oh, I'm like bodily able to. I just am disabled because I don't have money to eat or buy a wardrobe or transportation or entertainment for myself. Why all those people that I grew up around are so girls, they're asphyxiating me, they think, with their vaginas and their penises in my mouth the whole day. That's why they don't give money. They try to starve one to death, ideally for generational wealth, but in the meantime se entretienen with, no tiene ni dinero para ropa ni para salir. Soy como si me tuviera todo encima de la boca, si mi marido tuviera el pene dentro de la boca todo el día, como si mi marido tuviera el pene en la boca de ella todo el día. Así habla el marido. Yeah. Ew, they're so gross for the most part. They're disgusting. They're so gross. Ew, ew, ew. Oh, and I didn't take any medication for hunger. And they must be mad, no? Porque they think that's their cum. Do you know that mostly everyone in my family of origin is a rapist, murderer, thief that causes starvation so that people go on taking medication? They're like, there, she took my cum. Or there, he took my cum.
huh? It's medication to me. They think if they may mention it once, that it sticks to one. It doesn't. One may shiver like, ew, I heard this dumb comment once around this. It's like, ew, no. I want some Cheetos in my skin. I haven't made those for dating Kilani in a while. What else? 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 I want coffee tomorrow. Hopefully, my dad sends me money for pizza tomorrow. If he's still into sending me $150 every once in a while, I want a bus pass. I'm gonna check out that mobile loaves and fishes place if it offers free food. If I don't have any money. Or there's a certain threshold of like, I have $1 million on board, so I'm just getting a bag of fish here. That's right. Some people do that. Just call them down to my last million. What else? 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 I'm bored. Some people are on Social Security. They get gifts. Mostly from people in the form of cash, gift cards. So they continue networking at places that offer free food because that's where the people giving them the gift cards and the cash are. It's like, I'm down to my last million, but Fulanito's down to his last million, and he's very generous still. So what is those of us that are down to our last $100,000 are getting gift cards and cash from down to his last billion, down to his last million, maybe ish here and there until they get that down to his last $100,000 to being down to his last million, down to his last billion. Some people stay in that range of one last million, last billion, and live with that and replenish it and give away. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? And they're all friends, and surprisingly, they're all Applebee's together. The three of them because they can afford the lobster. The billionaire, the millionaire, and the one that only has $100,000. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Because not everyone networks like that at places. Apps. What is in those apps? What else? I'm missing one. I didn't get there. Possibly sometimes grilled chicken Caesar salmon or the ribs. What else? 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 With mashed potatoes, I think, or fries. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm gonna shop on Etsy today. So many people wants to sell today for me. So maybe because I'm a victim of that. I hate that. So I'm seeking the death penalty for everyone that stays in my homes without my permission, steals from me, gets in the way of receiving money. That have caused my poverty, my loneliness, my homelessness. That has led to Jada and Kelani being separated from me. It's August 22nd, 2025. I love a good calendar. Sadly, I'm a witness of abuse, so I went into 2020 saying, in 5 years, maybe people will start giving me money trickle down. That's best case scenario for me. will teach trial against people stealing from one at the level that they steal from me. 5 to 10 years. So this is just the beginning. When I started like naming them, no, and I'm so behind. That's why woke is broke. Porque I'm a legend. So a lot of people didn't foresee that I'm poor in 2020. And I was so abused in 2020. I was so speech impaired that I'm basically kind of like at a level. For some people that don't know everything about my family of origin and don't want to find out, please don't get that close. They're like, oh, so de verdad, like they're punishing her for not letting herself get raped by starving her. And stealing her homes and her vehicles and trying to cause her death. That's usually how it goes based on what I witnessed. So because I'm a legend, everyone 2020 was like, let's celebrate this legend! It's like I'm bored. You're not in my house. Just no cash in hand. Sadly. What else? 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 Ooh. So I'm being patient, but I foresee it's gonna be like at least 10 years and I may not survive. Where am I gonna head over to? Tomorrow. I don't have money for food. I'm hungry right now. I don't have electricity in my apartment. I don't have hot water. Winter is coming. There's a hallway there, so if I don't get kicked out, I'm hanging out in the hallway where it'll be warm. What else? 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 I'm bored. I am bored. Porque se supone que me riera en la cara de ellos y de ella in 2020 when they showed up to bully me through Facebook.com. Sasha Air Blue Sky, pero for real. For real. If I laughed at Ezio Rivera, Jimmy Gendalides, Lorenzo Suárez, live back then me quedo sin aire. Ellos dan un asco, esa tipa da un asco. Ella, dale, yo te doy el culo, pero tienes que violarla. Ok, pues escríbele esto. Esa tipa no tiene metas propias, un asco, una basura, una asquerosidad. Ew. So I'm like, ¿qué tú dijiste? Ah, what? Ese tipo todavía habla así. Eso tiene que ser que la mierda esa de Andrew Suárez de que estar detrás de él, poniéndole el pene en el culo y diciéndole hostigarle para yo reírme para que la gente se ría de él. Jajaja, más abusada. I'm so handsome. I'm so handsome. What else? What else? What else? What else? El tipo es un puerco, es una basura. I didn't even remember his name in 2020 because I never think about him. Para mí es lo que da un asco, una mierda. What else? 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 So if I had gotten live to laugh at Jimmy Gendalides, Lorenzo Suárez, Ezio Rivera, Andrew Suárez, live on camera me quedaba sin aire. For real. For real. What else? What else? What else? What else? Jimmy Gendalides, Lorenzo Suárez should hang herself today with the rope and kill herself today. Él no tiene metas propias, una puerca, una asquerosidad, una basura. Una putipuerca, illegal prostitute, en competencia con la tota, eso es algo sagrado y ella lo da así, violando y dejándose violar, es un asco. Esa tipa es un asco, makes the church girl in me come out to stand up for people's rights all the time. De lo puerca que es ella, uy, I wouldn't ever want people to be as putipuerca she is, and that's why she does it too, porque ella se cree que entonces va a lograr que la gente sea putipuerca como ella. A mí mejor me cogen muerta antes de ser putipuerca como ella. Were Gloria Nirsa's words? She killed Gloria Nirsa, she's disgusting. Ew, 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 ew. Es una asquerosidad, una mierda. Se roba mi dinero, se roba mi comida, se roba mi agua, se roba mi café. Se roba mis waffles, gente. Ginny Arlene Lorenzo Suárez se roba mis waffles. Da un asco en mi casa, sin mi permiso de estar en mi casa, entertaining men that I don't even want to have sex with, but she thinks that I want to have sex with them, just because I find them handsome. Es una vergüenza para los Lorenzo, es un asco, es una mierda, literalmente una asquerosidad. Una putipuerca asquerosa. Yo quiero que Gigi Gendarliri Lorenzo Suárez se mate hoy. Andrew Suárez should shoot himself today and kill himself today. Este Rivera should eat rat poisoning and kill himself today. Da, na, 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 Brenda Vargas should eat rat poisoning for every time that she was in my home and in my vehicle without my permission, one bag of rat poisoning. Oh, I've said it, I'm the opposite over her. I don't give gifts to leeches. I suggest that they kill themselves with rat poisoning. Or hanging themselves with rope. Or shooting themselves. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They said Alicia should eat rat poisoning, kill herself today. Wanda Lorenzo should eat rat poisoning and kill herself today. They're disgusting. No componen nada en este planeta. Son un asco. Son unas putipuercas asquerosas que se quedan en mi casa sin mi permiso. Dan un asco. Este tipo es basura. Es asqueroso. I don't even know which one of them was fucking them porque I don't keep tabs on that. They're that cuero. They're disgusting. Oliver Suarez should eat rat poisoning and kill himself today. Yay! El Anthony Capizano should shoot himself with a gun today and kill himself today. Maria Luisa Rosa should eat a bag of rat poisoning for every plátano que ella sembró en mi casa sin mi permiso de estar allí. La best friend, gente. La best friend sembró plátano en la casa de la mujer de él y se lo mamá. Ese hombre es como que bien espectacular, sale así bien suavecito a la piscina con el pelo mojado y todas se quedan babiándose, excepto la esposa de él, no lo quiere ni ver. Porque el tipo le da asco. Porque to one person out there, they think that I'm married to him. Based on feelings and all. So they laugh at that. They're like, toda esa putipuerca, like, wow. Y la esposa de él es like, ew, qué tipo tan cuero, qué asco. Ew, 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 ew. Por eso no sube como para espuma y se queda como un mojón colgando. What else? What else? What else? People talk about that for decades ago. That's why I stopped talking to mostly everyone in my family of origin. El tipo un puerco, I don't even know which one of them to reference with that porque dan un asco, like at least 4 of them. They're disgusting. They're so gross. Ew, 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 ew. What was I gonna say about that? What else? I can't remember. I can't remember. Arlene Lorenzo Acevedo should eat rat poisoning and kill herself today. What else? What else? What else? What else? Maria Teresa Lorenzo should shoot herself today and kill herself today. For every time the Maria Teresa Lorenzo illegally prostituted herself as me in my home without permission to be in my home, she should eat one bag of rat poisoning and kill herself today. Same for Jadiel Lorenzo Chaparro. For every single time that Jadiel Lorenzo Chaparro was in my home without my permission, illegally prostituted himself as me with Andrew Suarez. Andrew Suarez and Jadiel Lorenzo Chaparro should eat one bag of rat poisoning each. What else? 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 Esto sigue, gente, como 5 años más when their life will be ahead of me. Look, I've heard that death penalty trials take 5 to 10 years ish. And these videos may not be as informal as I think they are. It's so that I don't have to laugh at them in a court and be like, really? They're wearing my clothes? Can't shoot them now? They're asking for death. Why can't you just shoot them now? They're embarrassing. So, girls, they have a whole routine decades ago planned, and I may have to testify against them, and I'm willing to testify against them. I'll just laugh at them, not in their presence, but I'll continue to laugh at them. That's why I don't want to get close to them. I don't want to get to know them if I'm trying to kill them with the death penalty. I'm hoping that they eat rat poisoning and kill themselves today. Why would I try to get close and get to know them? For never. Ew, 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 ew. They're pathetic because they steal from me. They think that I should get to know them. Anyways, they have a whole routine plan of how they're gonna arrive in my own Cadillac, so they're gonna steal from me to court, and I'm gonna see them because they're gonna make sure that as I'm walking without a vehicle, that I'm gonna see them. They're gonna make sure that they arrive when I'm out there, and I'm gonna see them. And then they're gonna be wearing my purses and my suits. And then they're gonna be mocking the judge and mocking me that look at what I just stole from her closet this morning and she doesn't even have a home yet. Ha 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 ha. I'm like so awesome. So they have a plan to attend their penalty funeral decades ago instead of habilitation. They're embarrassing their sorrows. I wouldn't want to be around those people. Del Nobrick should eat 1 pound of rat poisoning today and kill herself today. Rachel Sutter should eat rat poisoning and kill herself today. Anyways, according to my Facebook readers, I don't even know that winter is coming. And they don't know that I ate today. Or that I browsed through Etsy today. What else? I look so Catholic on Facebook now when I was married. Like it's obvious because people look at it like, what is it? Common sense. I show a picture of like books on the wall, so I had to be shopping to get those books, no, for my kids. The IKEA toy holder, the bedding, the furniture. But then Christmas time, I'm like, yeah, wrap your presents because whatever, paper is so good. Seriously, for their birthdays and for Christmas. I wrap them. I've done like for Valentine's Day, I get them in a bag. The rest of the years, like as I purchase it, very rarely I wrap it just because, but I've done it and I write notes just because. But I don't show that. I'm like, with just showing Catholicism, it should be enough for those people to stop stealing from me and stop getting in the way of me receiving money. Okay, now they know that I have kids. Now they know that I'm poor. Jimmy that Vicente Lorenzo commented on my Facebook.com/guy, knowing that I'm poor. Ugh. If I were a judge, I would kill her today. For real, no la pueden matar already. Ella no tiene metas propias, ella no tiene talento. Es un asco, es una basura, una asquerosidad. Y yo tratando de matarme para entonces ser rubia y tener ojos verdes. What? Ew, 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 ew. Esa tipa da un asco. Y Andrew le quiere dar la oportunidad de que ella mate a casi todo el mundo en el planeta, a ver si ella entonces puede ser mujer finalmente. What did they do during Chernobyl? What else do they do? And they threaten people to go all the time. They're so pathetic. They're like, we're gonna take down the FBI. We're gonna get it into the and everyone is the FBI. That the FBI will be so terrified of us that they'll go away. So beware FBI. They're trying to take me hostage to do something that I don't want to do. I could be shopping at La Cantera tomorrow. What else? 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 They tried to do that to Carol Lauren too and to Rich Person. Or my neighbor in Utah. Porque is she still wearing those covers from the church or not? They were like Bermuda ones. I'm like, what is that? Might as well make her feel comfortable if she were wearing a thong. It's the same concept, people. It's the same concept. Anyways, weeks later, I'm your fan. Ya todas. Dieron puñeta for the most part. Eso se riega o ella nada más lo dice una persona en el trabajo for the security of the planet, and then those garments go away for a lot of people. Es como una enagua for some, so it's like sexy to some people. Exactly. So I saw it under someone's shorts. I'm like, oh, what is that? They wear it, some of them, as if, you know, like those girls that wear bike shorts under dresses so they don't get raped. I don't see it that way. I always saw it was lace and fabric that's so soft. She might as well be showing me her thumb with my reaction, so they complained. They possibly went on to the elders at the church and said, I want her gone from Utah. She's a perv. She saw my undergarments. And she was like, oh, my business, like I was wearing a thong. So they possibly said, we need to be more lenient, just wear whatever you're going to be sexually harassed. You're going to feel sexually harassed with whatever, and be patient with her. She's a victim of a lot, and she just keeps to her like women empowerment movement. That she wouldn't ever say it to hurt you, if anything, if you're the one that's feeling a little bit insecure or raped by wearing those. She's trying to get you to feel comfortable in your own skin. so you don't become so attached to those that you only take them off for childbearing and not have sex with your husband for the rest of the year, even if you want to. Some people get attached to that. Sadly. And so that did it. That possibly was what did it. But didn't I already talk about that? In writing on Facebook in 2020, I had a neighbor and I saw her undergarments that were really long, Bermuda type, under her shorts. And I said, what is that? Like, it was such pretty lace and fabric. It reminded me of an agua. What else? I'm bored. I'm bored to know what one is wearing. Right now, I can't even eat gente because mostly everyone in my family of origin thinks that they're sitting on my face, so there's no space in my mouth for me to eat. So that's why they cause my starvation, not only to steal my generational wealth, but because they're imagining themselves sitting on my face raping me. They're disgusting. So embarrassing, so gross. Ew, ew. Oh, it's not because my name means sit on my face, because they do that to other people too. What else? What else? What else? What else? 3 people are watching to like this post. I thought I blocked this leech. What is this? Slime, Stimia, carving life observers. I'm just, what is it? For real, he just wastes time like that. He doesn't know how to say hi. Though I don't want him saying hi to me. What did he type if that's him? A chastity belt type thing. OMG. Also, this is like very current, no? He already had mentioned that. Isn't he violating my rights at the moment? I could be on a hot date with someone right now instead of suffering here. Hide user on this channel. There, I blocked him. Chastity belt, chastity belt. That was his cry decades ago. I don't know what was his obsession that he needed to be my first. What else? 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 How pathetic. Isn't that my husband talking to me? Basura on YouTube to at least one person on the planet. Wow, just wow, que tipo tan ignorante. I'm bored. I am bored. What else? What else? I want Androsaurus to kill himself today. For causing my starvation, my poverty, my loneliness, my homelessness, for killing Lorenzo for not taking him out on a date. What else? What else? What else? To my knowledge. I'm bored. I am bored. I will eat a first watch tomorrow. What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I want John Denver to shoot himself today and kill himself today. Prometo. That was a good concert, gente, ¿no? Por si no regresa el año que viene a cantar. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? 5 more years of this until they get the death penalty. Usually, I've heard that death penalty trials last 5 to 10 years. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? That's why Edgar doesn't complain. Say, "Acaba de
Porque if I were driving to court or flying to court, I would have missed a few days of picking up Jade and Kaylani from school. What else? 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 I'm bored. Congratulations to Andres Suarez and Judith and the lady Lorenzo Suarez on their arranged marriage decades ago. You can decapitate Judith and the lady Lorenzo Suarez apparently still trying to rape me. Steals from me, gets in the way of my same money, no tipo no cuero, no asqueroso, no tipo de mierda. You can decapitate Andres Suarez, you can decapitate Albert Suarez, they're so disgusting, they rape me. Ew, they violate my rights. They're so disgusting to show up. Ew, with a fake account full of stuff. Ew, that's them. Okay, asco. I only thrive with direct conversation, so these leeches are such a waste of time. Such a waste of time. Ew. Terrorists trying to get me to kill myself. I don't even remember what I want to think about ever. I'm bored. I'm bored. Oh, were the numbers at the end of that account the same that he just created a new account? I thought I blocked him. That other account that I blocked yesterday had numbers at the end. The username. I'm bored. Some people are angry at me because I support blue collar people. Because if he and I had been born with everything. Who said that I wasn't? I had a hair clip on my head when I was like 2 years old. That's a sign of prosperity to a lot of people. What else? 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 Almost everyone has a vacation home somewhere. That is it entirely perfection to them or they inherited it? Everyone knows what a one bedroom apartment is. Mostly everyone has one. Or knows someone that lives in one or has one. I don't need to be like that girl. I won't ever be that girl. They'll be like, wow, I can't even imagine it, but I'll say it. Like if I had been growing up in this palace, like from the gate to the palace in horse, me. Then he could have met me at the gate had I been in my horse getting to the gate. Well, he arrived in what he would have arrived in his own horse or in a vehicle already that grown or a power wheel. But for an older kid, I don't know which one out of them is this one. So life would have been so perfect, guys, if instead of that dress being red and being blue, and that hair clip being made out of what? Gold instead of ribbon. Así es como este tipo, él no vive, él es un asco. It's like él lo que está jugando Barbies with real life people, so he possibly like design a town like on Polly Pocket. Literally, it's in Mexico right now, cafe I read. but not from a reliable source. I can't remember, so I won't say.
So he created Polly Pocket land for me. And because he and I didn't live that, he wants to kill me. And because I'm not the type of person that goes on like, right, if only if I had like a crowd full of diamonds at that orgy that I marry you. Then like wow. Then like wow. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Y de eso Lucas se rodea gente soñadora, ¿no? Ricky Martin, ¿quién más? ¿Tú te imaginas si de chamaquito, en vez de tener tenis Nike, hubiésemos tenido Valenciaga todos los días para la escuela? ¡Wow! Y tan bueno que eran los tiempos aquellos, pero no, es verdad. Si Arlene hubiese venido una por una puesta mientras estaba encima del pedazzo, entonces sí que yo hubiese dicho, no, con esa no me meto. Ni que uno fuera a tirarle con corona. Que one can use the corona as the weapon? Ew, apparently. Esta puya mata, ¿no? Ew. So no, I didn't need un caballo to meet him at the gate or be wearing a gold crown during the orgy or those orgies where he said they hated me anyways. What else? What else? For him and I to work out, he's delusional. I don't know what his problem is. I don't want to find out. He hates me before my birth, possibly after my generational wealth, way before my birth. I can't relate to that type of people ever. I can't entertain that ever. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. That's cruelty too. He's showing up and then he kills himself. But that's why I don't talk to anyone. So that they can't terrorize me and be like, that was your last conversation with him. I didn't acknowledge what he said or respond to him. I just said, is that him typing there? Or one of them? Because that's what they're trying to do to he may be that cruel of like talking to me and then kill himself. And then I would find out through relatives like the last conversation that he had while I was with you. And then they want to plaster that all over like a sticker onto someone. The last conversation that Andrew had while I was with you. And what he was trying to, he was what with her, but the last conversation that Andrew had while I was with you. Why are you enjoying that waffle? ¿Cómo que tú vas para el cine si the last conversation that Andrew Suarez had while I was with you? ¡Qué un novio por fin! ¡Lo hizo matado antes! ¡No sería! ¡Lo hizo matado antes! Tienen tener cuatro en todo el mundo tiene cuatro babies que esconde. Porque no quieres ser la más gordita, no quieres ser la más gordita. Al novio se lo presentó a todas, pero a cuatro babies no se le da ninguno porque todavía estoy trabajando. Porque ellos saben yo quiero ser la más gordita. What else? What else? That's usually how it goes in my family of worship decades ago. Dick. But no. Porque Andrew Suarez talked to you right before killing himself, so you should be sad. What else? What else? I'm bored. Anyways, I already designed that crown in my head. Speaking of crowns, I wanted full of diamonds. Pero what cut? What cut? Possibly round towards the bottom. So cliche. So it has a really thin band, but not that thin. It's like about an inch wide all around. Maybe for now, like every diamond is from start to bottom. Then it's round diamonds all over like a band of it. But then I fucked up the top part, maybe not. Maybe to make it to match ish would be some diamond shaped diamonds at the top too. But I wouldn't know. I don't know. No, I can't remember if it's like more pointy than like pointy and then like a round part on top with a diamond, but it was like chock full of diamonds. What else? What else? What else? Had I been wearing the while being on his dick, he would have killed me with that crown, no? With how much he hates me and how they have like a disparity. Porque el Albert ese was like, oh my god, I wasn't even like 2 years old, maybe. He said, what do I do? I'm like, what is he gonna be? Plomero que mata? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So had I been wearing a crown, they would have killed me with that crown. They would have used it as a weapon against me. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. But that also shows like how my parents believe in equality because if they had wanted to, I would have been walking around with a crown heavier than my head, almost like, look at me, oh, princesa mayorista. What else? 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 And my family, a lot of people are like, solamente se portaron bien. I'm like, I know, right? OMG, welcome to the club, kiddo. Porque as family, as neighbors, one makes plans and one says, if they were well behaved, one would be showering them with gifts that they would like. What else? What else? So it's never, I've never considered that people do false promises, is that they don't behave. They steal my personal homes, they steal my waffle mix. Who's gonna reward that piece of shit with gifts or even attention for when it's trying to rape one? Ew, when it belittles what I'm. Dan un asco. They're disgusting. They're so gross. They're so ungrateful. They're so gross. Ew, 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 ew. I want a girl, but do I want it like baby size? Like, what would I have worn at age 2?
possibly something more simpler too. I want a different one. Just like a round, like a halo. Thin one around my head. What else? 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 I'm bored. Some people's dick are very occupied, and that's very understandable. I just hate. Still trying to pressure me to take him out on a date when he's unworthy? Fool, qué asco. Ew, ew, ew. Like I understand the business of dick. Like I saw like the amount of people that I grew up around. I imagine like he's already like fucked almost everyone before my birth that was alive based on conversations that people have said. What else? What else? What else? What else? It's the falta de respeto of like, I'm very busy, but you can't be having sex with anyone. Like, seriously, va a dejar a una mella? Like, that's so disrespectful. I wouldn't enjoy having sex with someone while missing teeth. Well, he caused me to miss teeth. What does one introduce that as? I wouldn't ever want to be next to someone that would be like, here's my piece of shit of a relative or my piece of shit of a husband. Oh yeah, he made me lose my teeth so that I would actually pay attention to him. Oh, but now we're together. Oh my god, the sex is so amazing. The sex is so amazing. Como que se me trepa encima de missionary position. In the meantime, I think he's beating me up to starvation. For decades, I feel like I'm his hostage now. Does anyone at this party want to vote on this and I'm not drunk? Don't you think that if he made me lose my teeth, he just took me hostage? And that's why he and I are here? Should he and I get a divorce? I need protection. Yes, please call the cops. What else? 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 I'm bored. I am bored. Ese tipo me da un asco. Da un asco de que he allows people to belittle me, to be like, yo soy la que se lo mamo, pero eres el esposo de ella, pero él no la puede ver nunca. I wouldn't ever allow disrespect onto a person like that. Él se lo busca, él se asocia con mierda de gente que se burlan de él. Occasionally, I've been around people that walk up to me at a bakery and say, your husband was with me last night. I'm like, that's not my husband. So I can understand the, what is it, the disrespect from some people or the awareness of some people, like, how no, you didn't have a baby. Inoportuna la gente. There's another word for that. Pero I wouldn't ever want to have sex with someone that has made people y que laugh at me with, I'm better than you. Y por eso él está conmigo. I'm better than you. Y como yo lo cojo de rehén, tú no lo puedes tener. ¿Qué carajo es eso? Es un inmaduro, un puerco. Él no se quiere el mismo. Fool. He should kill himself today. I want a crown. I want one. Yeah, I want 2 crowns right now. From when, like, the size of, like, when I was a toddler, I just want to display them. And I want to design them. What else? What else? Oh, I'm bored. I'm bored. I am bored. just getting money today. I'm gonna eat at First Watch tomorrow. I want a waffle with a banana. I want coffee with coffee creamer and water. And then I want to go back for the spuds bowl with eggs, avocado. What else does that one have? Is it called market hash? I can't remember. With bacon, I think it is. Avocado, onions. And a side of fruit again. And more coffee maybe. And water. And I want to eat food from Luna tomorrow. I want to pay the electricity for my apartment tomorrow. You can think opposite on this one is starting to traffic me into my parents' home after he killed Gloria Mirza, trying to rape me there, possibly still out. Well, he goes out and about entertains people with my personal homes, my personal vehicles, my money. As if I don't need dick or vagina or my homes to sustain myself and dating him. He's fucking wrong with the lives of 2 children. So gross. They're disgusting. What else is doing this family? That's my priority. Me, Jaden, and Kimberly. And the ribbon. I'm obsessed right now with wanting to buy a ribbon. And fabric. I'm bored. I'm bored. When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people ideally for the anniversary. I'm excited about that. Hopefully, I meet brothers. That could be fun. Ooh, sisters can be cute too. I just haven't ever done that. What else? 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 I'm bored. I am bored. I'm gonna shop with Jaden. I'm gonna shop with Kimberly tomorrow. I wanna cry right now that this fucking asshole inflicts so much pain onto me, like starvation, homelessness, poverty, loneliness. My 2 children separated from me, and he has the nerve to show up on YouTube and talk to me. For what purpose? If only he's just trying to get me to kill myself. And I refuse to do that. I laugh at him. If he's still after my generational wealth in trying to get me to kill myself. Full. How pathetic of a dick is that? How pathetic of a dick is that? Que asco. Worst guest at an orgy. Seriously, so gross. Ew. In the meantime, I'm bored. I am bored. 0 people are watching. I don't like this house. I need to wash the sheets for my bed because the fall is coming. It's so fun electricity. I may have to cover myself. What else? What else? What else? Oh, I want one of those blankets from Target. They're so warm, so good. I miss my favorite duvet cover that I got. I don't know if it was Macy's or Mervyn's. What else? I think it was closing down. So I'm like, I'm gonna grab this. It's very lightweight, but it's perfect because even lightweight some days is like too much. So imagínate, heavyweight. But I've had heavyweight at hotels and they're fine. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. So that was really fun to have, and I miss it. And I had a blanket from Target, my vehicle in 2021 when it got repoed. Sadly. You can decapitate run the steals from me just so they're suffering from poverty. They're so disgusting. They don't think that I would expose them. They're so wrong about me. They're embarrassing. Not only people know about me being a victim of theft, for the most part, it's like very much open. You know how Donald Trump always said that in bancarrota, and it's like all over the news. Everyone knows about it. Or when Paris Hilton had a baby, and her baby was wearing Converse sneakers. What else? 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 So I'm appalled that those people that I grew up around for the most part steal from me. And then they thought that I wouldn't expose them. They're disgusting. They thought they were gonna be like, ay, pues, gente, aquí la pobreza. Either way, mierda, basura that I grew up around que se cree mexicano, mexicana, just because it's the west side of something. Ew. Even if I were here, just say I'm just bored, I don't have electricity, I don't have any money, without blaming anyone, people talk. So to some people, it would be like, oh, poor thing, won't expose them. She's there without electricity, without money for food because of her family of origin. For the most part, causes her starvation, her loneliness, her poverty, her homelessness, and her kids being separated from her to try to rape her and trying to kill her for her generational wealth and just for bragging rights. They're so disgusting. That's how people talk about my family of origin for the most part. So even if I don't expose those leeches that steal from me, people talk. I won't ever know the personality type. I am the most disappointing sex slave for them. Porque I don't go on to look for validation. Be like, ¿verdad que me crees? Cool. I know my truth. That's it. That's all I need. Woke is broke. I remember the protocol as it happens after the fact. I went into 2020 saying, I remember the protocol to seek the death penalty for people that steal from one and get in the way of receiving money and cause starvation, cause homelessness, and cause kids to be separated from their mothers. I remember the protocol. It's just staying in my lane. Continue to beg for money because some people's like, oh honey, no one's gonna give you money today. Maybe in year 6, but just not today because you haven't still exposed this part, this part, and this part. So some people may read me and be like, you poor thing, you typed all of that. For what? If no one's gonna give you money today. It may be on year 7 or year 3, maybe, but John was away on vacation, so he missed that. And now it's like, what? Maybe on year 15. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So I'm now down to Woke is Broke by the White House. What else? What else? What else? I don't know who's winning the presidential election in the next term. That's a good thing sometimes. That's a good thing sometimes. So I'm just staying in my lane, literally not befriending anyone, not, what is it, stressing my children out as much as I can. Some days I went overboard with that.
else? And they're like, okay, calm down, because they possibly want to see results too, like right away too. So it's frustrating or shocking. It's like, really, does your family aborted for the most part? We knew nothing, mother. We knew nothing. We knew nothing. I don't ever complain to them. Ever. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So I said, I think in 2020, 2021, I remember the protocol. I never have money to network. I never have money to entertain people in my home to better the economy. Who cares if it's just for the rich? If one is out and about, one has cash, and this lady shows up and says, "Could you give me money for food?" One says, "Here." For real. For real. So that's another thing why no one would ever cause outrage onto me. Like, really, bitch? You're gonna keep getting richer? When I'm so generous. Literally. Some people may be upset, be like, fuck my life. I just felt like I'm the lady at Chick-fil-A saying, can I have money for food? John just said, so I heard about this and this and that, not even mentioning my name. And with a few press of a button, John gifted money to someone that wasn't exactly poor, but neither rich. That's love to receive money without having to say anything. What else? 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 I'm very generous, so no. I have a historia of knowing generous people too, and showing gratitude by keeping my mouth shut and staying out of people's way. That is an incredible way to show gratitude. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So no one in their right mind is gonna show up to belittle me while I'm starving, even and being saying that I'm being greedy with my GoFundMe campaign. When I'm so generous, I'm like, who cares if I'm starving? Whatever. What other stock needs to rise? Do I not know anything after Rolls Royce? Possibly too. So I wouldn't be surprised. I'm like, my money and my homes and my food and my vehicles always and my wardrobes always get stolen from me, so I can't network with anyone, so I can't have sex. Que asco. And then these people that I grew up around are leeches so gross that they go on like, Janet! Una asquerosidad de gente, una basura. Ew, ew, ew. They're worse than hillbillies. They're so gross. So I continue with my generosity. I'm like, I'm about to die, guys, I think. Hopefully not, because I have myself and two beautiful kids that I want to stay alive for and that I want to keep healthy. They've never been hospitalized, ever. So bear with me while for my own personal goals, that too. So no one's gonna show up to applaud me. Other than my kids saying occasionally, I love you. After the click of a few screenshots that I sent to them. That's good enough for me. My dad knows my personality, so he's in the death of me too. Knowing that I don't like celebration in the terms of what does Wall Street do to celebrate? They have Chili's after work ish. So my personality would never be of the type of be like, let's all play Barbies together after this. It's not in me. On a regular day though, on a school night on a Tuesday, everyone get your ball girls ready. Okay, there's a party tonight. Now that is so me. On a school night, on a night that I know that a lot of people are going to be inconvenienced, that is the night that I would want to party. Not after an accomplishment. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So, well, my family of origin, for the most part, steals, rapes, murders, extort money out of people, gaslights people so that people don't believe me when I say I'm hungry, I need money. How many Hollywood productions they say that I'm recording? Trying to starve me, they lie. They're like, they halash, this is just Facebook, it's fake. This is like a motion picture of all. And people are like, no, but they're too young. I said, oh, CPS would have already given her some paperwork of child abandonment by now. What else? 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 I'm bored. I am bored. Anyways, back to this. So while those people that I got around are trying to rape people and steal from people, I'm like, I'm just gonna stay in my lane. Stay focused. Mark Zuckerberg so lovely decades ago said, you're trying to mess here with grew up in a semi-nudist community, very comfortable in herself. How much is she worth to herself naked? Bitch doesn't give it up because she's like, I'm worth so much, you can't afford this. For real. It's like I'm the only one that can afford it. For real. For real. I wouldn't even name a price if I were to legally prostitute myself. Porque I'm the only person that can afford it. So there's no point for me to even give a number. And also, I believe that's situational and circumstantial of meeting like the right guy. What if he's poor, like the hotter one and offers less? Then the one that's giving more money, it had to be based on what one wants in the moment. Does one want hottie or does one want like the most money? One decides that for oneself. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So here I am. That was a lovely compliment decades ago of they're gonna try to mock me that I don't have a wardrobe. I thought in 2020 they keep stealing from me, they keep causing my homelessness. I keep losing my belongings from storage. Pero I got a compliment of Dela, pero how rich did I make him? How much is Meta worth? Before my crime that Jaden and Lonnie were about to be separated from me. What else? 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 And doesn't he only wear a tux for weddings, court appearances, and the such? What else? 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 I'm bored, so I purposely missed out on those people that I grew up around, mocking me for my lack of wardrobe when I'm very comfortable naked in my own home for the most part. I had a really pleasant time last year, just wearing a t-shirt some days. What else? What else? What else? Ooh. And that's because I cook a lot and just to feel comfortable cooking. What else? I don't like my body fully exposed next to a stove. I've done it, but it's not like in my best
else? I want first watch for breakfast tomorrow. Let's get to everybody. Anyways, I'm ending this live. I'm about to sleep. I'm bored. One person's watching, two I'm like this was.